What is going on? The celebration is going on and on. We are back for virtual BattleField Dokkan Battle Royale. This time around, it is the GT Special. As you can see, I got 77 units. No reason to get 100. We don't need 100. We're experts at this point. We're gods at this point. I actually, believe it or not, went full autism yesterday. Yesterday, I don't know, fucking someday, I was able to complete Super Battle Road with no items after watching fucking The Truth DT's video, because that gave me inspiration. That gave my, it bolstered my autism. And my intention is to upload that probably this Friday, just because I need to fucking process that shit, and I have another video idea that I'm planning on making tomorrow. I'm a very creative individual. I'm very, how do you say, genius, amazing, handsome, talented. You know, all these different things rolled into one. It's really crazy. But, yeah, actually, I don't know why, but for some reason I just have a million fucking different ideas to make videos. I actually tried not to upload too much this past weekend because I had a shit ton of different video ideas. And I'm like, yo, listen. People can only take so much. People can only take so many fucking videos in a short amount of time. But I mean, I feel like it's fun. I feel like it's definitely something that's cool. And especially, I think, usually for me, like, I have multiple channels. This channel, I don't really like talk to. Like, for example, I have one YouTube channel that really gets no fucking views whatsoever, but I feel like I interact with people more just because I usually make responses to people on 4chan, or I'll make, you know, just a video about something, and it's just different, and it's interesting, and it's, you know, although it's kind of weird how YouTube is now, where it's just really hard to, well, I don't want to say it's really hard to resonate with viewers, but when I first made videos on YouTube years and years ago, I made, you know, a shit ton. Like, on YouTube, you literally would get a shit ton of views because no one else was making videos. This is like in 2007, where you would just make videos and thousands of people would watch. And it's funny because you take that for granted, because now it's like, I mean, I've never had a channel as big as this one currently, in terms of, I guess, time and kind of being, what's the word I'm looking for, consistent. But it really is weird, because when I was younger, and by the way, this just goes to show, like, how low self-esteem I have. Like, when I was younger, I had, like, a somewhat, I don't think it was a popular YouTube channel, but it did get a lot of views, and it was, you know, something that was interesting to me. And I actually ended up deleting all my videos and making all my shit private, or removed it. I actually deleted it back then. I don't know if you could make it private. I hardcore deleted it, because one of my friends found out about my YouTube channel. I'm like, no, my self-esteem was so low. I'm like, I can't let people in the real world know I make YouTube videos. Like, my self-esteem can't handle it. Now, I mean, worst case scenario, I would just pretend like if someone found this channel, like, oh, that's not me, don't worry about it. Although, I mean, I guess I'm older, you change less, you know, you're a little less embarrassing as you get older. At least that's what I like to think. But yeah, what the point in me saying that is that, first of all, I have low self-esteem, and two, at the time on YouTube, like, basically, you would just make a video and fucking thousands of people would watch it for no reason. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it was just a video about nonsense, but people would watch it, and now it's ridiculously, like, oversaturated to the point where it's like you have to actually be talented or find some scheme in order to get people to watch you. I mean, I feel like it's kind of weird. Like, YouTube definitely feels very odd and weird, because, like, for example, one thing that I don't like that YouTube has put so much emphasis on is the quote-unquote recommendation system, or the algorithm system, because it actually, like, I'll be watching YouTube and I'll find a video where I'll find some content to someone I'm subscribed to that I never fucking saw before, and I'm like, how did I miss this? I'm subscribed to this person. I literally modify my homepage URL for YouTube to go to my subscriptions, and I still didn't see this shit. Like, how the fuck does that even happen? And it's kind of annoying, and I kind of, like, as someone who makes videos for YouTube, it is kind of discouraging to some degree sometimes, because I like to produce, you know, certain amount of things. Like, for example, like, you know, I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red. It's not the most interesting thing. It's not necessarily what a bulk of people would be interested in, and it may not get as many views as something that interests people more, which there's nothing wrong with that. Who cares? But YouTube prioritizes, you know, how many people have seen it, how many people fuck with it, and then based off of that, they're like, people aren't really fucking with it. Don't recommend this guy. And then the thing that annoys me is that YouTube will not show you in subscriptions. Like, it'll just be like, fuck it, don't even look at me. And that's why people now have moved towards the quote-unquote notification bell, because I think you get an email, or it's basically YouTube's way of saying, oh, you actually want to see people upload? Okay, click this fucking notification, get an email, get a fucking message. I don't know. I rarely use it. I use YouTube enough where I eventually catch up to what I want to see and I remember. But, I don't know. I just feel like YouTube has become really fucking weird and really, like, really out of touch with reality in terms of what it used to be. Because, I mean, I saw something recently that was just, like, it was so, like, Hollywood, so bullshit. Like, for example, there's, like, some channel who, allegedly, this may or may not be real, but it sounds pretty real to me. It could be, you know, just, you know, YouTube's algorithm just making, you know, bullshit popular, because that, you know, look at Leafy is Here. Leafy is Here was, like, hot fire because he was recommended to everyone, and then once YouTube stopped recommending him to people, people didn't really search him out. But there's, like, some YouTube channel, I think it's some, I don't know what the fuck the name is. It's basically some girl who lives in a van, and her first video was, like, 2 weeks ago, and it got a zillion fucking views, and she has 1,000,000,000,000,000 trillion fucking subscribers. And I remember watching the video, and I'm like, fuck, like, holy shit, this bitch made one video, and people are fucking with her this much. It was an alright video. I mean, it was okay. It was just, you know, kind of like that old school YouTube vlog channel type thing. And it was like, I didn't think much of it, but then people started coming out. They're like, yo, this woman just made a channel fucking 2 weeks ago. She has 1,000,000,000,000 views. She fucking has this, she has that. YouTube is basically making a, you know, profiteering someone, basically creating their channel for them, which I believe. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care. I just wish YouTube would just be honest and say, this is someone that we promote, this is someone that we're pushing forward, and not make it so that I feel like an asshole when I put out a mediocre video. I'm like, how come there's not fucking hundreds of people trying to watch my dog shit content? I don't understand. And I'm not gonna lie, but there's a lot of dog shit content out there. You know, watch my dog shit content. Don't watch other people's dog shit content. Although I love dog shit content, so there's not enough to go around. But the point I'm trying to make is YouTube has always done this, where they've kind of put their own idea of what they want the site to be above others. You know, for example, for years they didn't feature gaming channels that heavily, because they didn't want to put that as the image of the website. What they love is fucking late night clips. You know, there'd be, you know, 40K views on a fucking Jimmy Kimmel video. That shit is untrending for some reason, because they like that image. They like Hollywood's image. They like that, you know, people vlog on YouTube. They fucking love, you know, DIY bullshit on YouTube. It's like all the stuff YouTube likes to promote themselves as, that's what gets propagated to the top, and that's what they like. And it's kind of, I mean, it's not kind of bullshit. It is bullshit, because a lot of people I like and I love stopped doing YouTube. You know, just to list a few names: Magic Hugs, Frankendago, who else? Pretty much every fucking comedy channel died. Oni G and all those people, animators on YouTube, said fuck it. There's no, like, reason to continue making videos, because this shit is, like, goddamn impossible to fucking ever have anyone have any interest. And I feel like if you don't create content and don't do things that you like, it's just not gonna fucking happen at all. And it's kind of, it's just weird. YouTube's just weird. Like, the way it's turned out to become, where you're either a god or nothing. So, like, there's content that is on this website that, holy shit, it's, like, amazing. Like, there's no way you're not gonna watch it. And then there's a lot of mediocre shit that gets, you know, promoted anyway. But for me, I think recently what kind of made me, like, not upset, but something that made me think about, like, what YouTube used to be and how much I liked it, was just people making videos. That's why I liked Vine so much. Vine was really great, because there was no Hollywood bullshit. It was just people making videos. It had some of the funniest, great content, because that's what makes the internet great, is the diversity. All the different people make up a larger, you know, entity of interesting shit. And that's something that's almost impossible to do on YouTube, in terms of, like, what Vine did, in terms of what TikTok does, as cancerous as that is. Even Instagram. Like, I've made posts on Instagram, and I've had hundreds of people look at it, and I'm like, why the fuck are they looking at this? And it's just kind of cool to see that it's kind of a living, breathing thing, where, you know, people will stumble into your shit. But again, the thing that kind of made it come to the forefront also is that I saw recently Afro Senju made a video about, he's basically making I think it's like a talent show or something online, and I thought it was interesting. It reminded me years and years ago. This reminded me when I was a mini mong. There was a YouTuber named Happy Slip. I think she still makes videos, you know, every once in a while, and she basically made a video contest for like a camera or some bullshit. And I remember when I was a kid, I was like 12 years old. I just took out the camera. I'm like, yo, I went by my friend's house. I'm like, yo, we gonna get this camera, dude. We gonna get this camera. And then we proceeded to make the most dog shit video you've ever seen. But it was fun. It's something that's, you know, like a fun memory. And that's something that I liked about old YouTube, is that there's just shit that you could participate in, and it kind of felt, you know, cool. And that's what makes YouTube cool in general. It's like, I could give a fuck about your algorithm. I could give a fuck about, you know, the fact that, oh my God, we're so great, this, that, and the third, in terms of technology, even though you can't even fucking, you know, watch videos half the time without, you know, getting blasted your ass out by fucking a million ads. It's the people. It's basically individuals who make the content. By the way, fuck this Giro. He's lucky that I picked this team. I was about to go with Super SDR. I low-key wouldn't have been able to beat him because he's a fucking Android. Thankfully, Android 17, it's not that big of a deal. This guy's just an asshole. He doesn't really take much of anything to kill. But yeah, that's what makes YouTube good, is just people making videos and content. And that's something that I wish I saw more on YouTube. Like, it's so hard. Like, when I was younger, from like 2007 to 2012, I would find at least 2 to 3 people new on YouTube that I was like, oh shit, this is a good video. Oh shit, this is a good video. Now, you look at YouTube, go to trending, it's the same 10 fucking people. Like, you just see the same shit over and over again. And I feel like that's something that YouTube really doesn't give a fuck about, is curating talent. That's something that YouTube, when it was not owned by Google, did care about. And they had something called the featured section, and the featured section basically was individuals who made, you know, good content or something of notice. I know they're trying to kind of sort of bring this back with, like, creators on the rise, which I like. I do like that. But, I mean, the featured section was, like, God tier, dude. Like, you would look forward to the featured section because everything usually was pretty fucking good. And it was, like, no bullshit. And that's another thing with YouTube, is that not only do they, you know, barely feature creators, but they always put promoted bullshit at the top. Like, it's so annoying. You go to trending, you just see a fucking movie ad that no one wants to fucking see. You see a commercial no one wants to fucking see. And it's like, YouTube, we're not fucking retarded. I don't need you to tell me if something's trending or popular for me to know if it's trending or popular. If I see a fucking Tostitos shitty fucking advertisement that is quote-unquote trending, I'm not watching it, dickhead. Fuck off, all right? There's a reason why there's 40K views on that dog shit video. Stupid, dummy, piece of shit. But I guess, I mean, that's why I like sites like Reddit so much. That's why I like sites like, even like, you know, something stupid like iFunny or even Instagram, shit like that, where you can actually find people. It feels like it's actually something that grows. It's something that actually is like, I don't know, not even from a quote-unquote creator standpoint, because basically I'm fucking nothing everywhere, so no matter what, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm saying I get views on fucking, I don't know, Reddit or fucking Instagram, and I like that more because of that. No, it's not the point. It's just the point that, like on Reddit, if you made something amazing and you shared it, it could actually be seen by people, and it would actually grow. Like, it's based off individuals. Whereas on YouTube, it's just some weird fucking amalgamation. Like, I've had videos on my channel that have become more popular, and some of them it's like, all right, it's like a tutorial, that makes sense. All right, that makes sense. And then some of them just become super popular. I'm like, why the fuck was this popular? And then 9 times out of 10, it was only because people shared it. It was only because people, like, kind of went out of their way. Like, YouTube, it's not, again, it's not from a creator standpoint. Like, I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, it's fucking Dragon Ball Z videos. Like, I'm not crying over here. Although, low-key, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Even though I make dog shit content, I'm planning on making my piece de resistance this Friday. Low key, it's gonna be it's not gonna be it's not gonna be dog shit. It's just gonna be human shit. Low key, that video might be so good I might have to fucking take out ads for that video. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how you get views on YouTube. I'm gonna go promote the video, have people watch it, and then tell me I'm shit. Because that's always. I mean, that's the thing about YouTube too. Is like, I feel like for a lot of different people, like you'll find people on YouTube who have millions of subscribers and you never fucking heard of them. Like, I feel like for years, DashEXP was like that. And again, that's another thing. Like, DashEXP is like an amazing YouTuber. And if I didn't find out about him years ago, I wouldn't have known about him until like what 2015 or 16 when they decided to like actually show his fucking content. And that's the weird thing about YouTube. Like you could have millions of views and millions of subscribers, and I never fucking heard about you. And it's like let the fucking shit rise. Like why the fuck is it? I mean, I understand the whole point of the, artificial intelligence that backs recommendations is to make it easier and make it more consistent, but it really doesn't. And it really, kind of hurts the whole idea of what YouTube is. Because now YouTube, I can tell, like, you can tell, like, what the fuck is a trend, what the fuck is popular, based off the videos you see recommended to you. Like, you'll just see a video randomly of fucking, I don't know, DIY channels, because the algorithm think that's hot. All of a sudden, all these fucking people are making DIY videos. How to make a fucking dildo out of a fucking banana. Like, I don't give a fuck. That's garbage content. And the only reason they're making that video is because YouTube's algorithm and YouTube's AI is basically promoting that and is dictating what is hot and what is not. And that's basically Hollywood bullshit where, you'll come out and have Lady Gaga wearing a fucking, a dress made out of meat, and all these white bitches are like, oh my god, that's amazing. I want that. So it's basically just a point, whether it be an actual person or, the curation of these different things that's actually promoting the content. Because retarded DIY content is popular, more DIY content is going to be made. Like, it's just the nature of the beast. But I mean, at the same time, as much as I'd like to say, oh, it's just about, riding the algorithm, at the same time, people do things, they see things that are somewhat similar to what they see, and then they're like, you know what, it's kind of like people see different ideas and it kind of resonates with them. Like, for example, like PewDiePie's meme review. I remember Nanogenics made one from the Reddit Dokkan Battles meme review, and it was kind of like copying his idea. It was also interesting, and it was different. I mean, PewDiePie's never going to make a fucking meme review on Dragon Ball Z fucking related memes. And, that is kind of an example of kind of like, taking a good idea and running with it. As opposed to, like, I mean, it's easy to be a negative piece of shit and just say people do it for the views or people do it for the content. But it's kind of true when it comes to certain people, especially, like, cancerous fucking YouTubers like Quebblequap and fucking Ali and all those fucking fuckboys. It's like, ugh. It's like these niggas don't even make videos because they want to. They just make it because they like the fucking clout and the hype. And it's like, oh my god, what the fuck? But I don't know. I mean, it's just something that I was thinking about. I mean, especially after looking at what I mentioned earlier, the Afro Senju kind of talent show. By the way, let me just say, just to be a part of that, just to fucking throw my hat in that shit, I put that fucking Dragon Ball Z video, the best character in Dragon Ball Z. That's got to win at least 8th place, something, top 10, dead or alive. But I was looking at, basically, it's like a talent show or some type of thing, where if you put team talent in the hashtag or title, whatever the fuck of your video, you basically are related to that content, and he's going to review it or look over or something to that degree. And I thought it was interesting. It was something, again, that kind of brought back memories of old YouTube, and I actually spent like a good fucking hour just watching different videos of people who were doing that, and I would have never seen that shit if I didn't do that, because it was just randomly, like, some of them were shit videos, admittedly. It was just a bunch of kids, like, doing fucking backflips or running around, but there were some good videos. There's some random mong talking about Area 51 and how you're gonna fucking need Naruto headbands to get in, fucking just genjutsu. And I would have never seen that if it wasn't for that hashtag, if it wasn't for that kind of idea of, there's mongs that make videos. There's a lot of people who make good content, and you're never gonna fucking see them. And I guess it's just, I think it's only a matter of time before YouTube either starts to get better or more than likely a competitor comes out. Right now, there was no real competitor except for vid.me. I actually like that site. I actually used it sometimes, but they just didn't make enough money to stay open. I mean, that's one thing that YouTube got right, is that YouTube is owned by Google, so Google can figure out how to make money based off the bullshit they're peddling. But I feel like eventually sites like Reddit, even Dig, even, fucking 9gag at least has some type of fucking, human essence attached to it, whereas with YouTube it just feels more and more like just what they want to see. Because, like, I'll give you an example. One thing I do like, but YouTube loves, is, like, mainstream media taking attention to shit that happens on YouTube. So, for example, Hot Ones. Hot Ones is like an ingenious show idea Where on YouTube, they basically have a bunch of celebrities come on, they eat hot wings, you know, it's silly, it's stupid, it's interesting. Sometimes there's people on there that, you know, you just want to see. But YouTube loves that shit because this guy's on, you know, Jimmy Kimmel, you know, fucking late night. YouTube sees that, they go, my God, a positive image. Instead of fucking Leafy is here on PewDiePie saying racial slurs and fucking being edgy, we have this fucking mongoloid who's going to go on YouTube, go on TV and give YouTube a good name. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, YouTube is so, it's so weird. At the same time, though, I will never stop using YouTube. I mean, as bad as YouTube is now, and YouTube isn't terrible. It's, you know, there's an amazing array of content. There's an amazing, you know, array of information. By the way, shout out to the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. This man's turking. You know, it's just, I liked YouTube better in the past. YouTube was a lot more user-friendly. YouTube was a lot easier to navigate. YouTube was a lot easier to, even stupid shit like top comments on YouTube videos, they had to like fuck with that, and they changed the way top comments on YouTube videos was. It's getting closer to what it used to be, but before it was just, you know, simple. Like whoever had the most likes was on the top. It wasn't some weird fucking amalgamation of who's on the top and who. Well, you look at this time, this guy's on the top. Like I always like that, looking at YouTube videos just to see the top comment on any website. I like that. It's just weird. It's part of the viewing pleasure. Like you go to the fucking top comment to see what it is. 9 times out of 10, it's a fucking shitty fried meme, but you know, at the same time, that's not too bad, right? But yeah, I mean, like I said, YouTube, no matter what, there is no better video fucking service. Facebook is dog shit. Facebook is like, I might as well go back and fucking use MySpace before I use Facebook. And as for YouTube, I mean, I've gotten around the bullshit YouTube has added, which is I basically use multiple accounts for multiple things. If I'm interested in something in this, you know, for music, for example, I use like one account. So now it's just like a million fucking recommendations for music. One account, I use it for like sports. Now it's a million recommendations for sports. So if you're, you know, a lemming and you just watch one thing, if all you watch is fucking music, if all you watch is sports, then YouTube's fucking great. YouTube's like, yeah. You like this? Whatever you like, YouTube will give you more of. And then for my main accounts, if I watch a bunch of shit, YouTube's like, I don't know what to recommend. Here's a fucking Lady Gaga video. Enjoy that, stupid. But yeah, I mean, I should probably stop complaining. I don't know. It was just something that kind of bothered me and made me remember the old days when I was able to go on YouTube and find a fucking music video parody that was mediocre, but at least I saw it. But yeah, I think in the future when it comes to different content providers, I think Vine, people are crying for Vine. Vine was really good, dude. Like I would check Vine at least fucking once or twice a day, dude. Like you would sit there binge watch Vine, and even the fucking not so popular shit was pretty good. Like it was pretty good content. Like let's keep it a buck. And even TikTok, as cringy as fucking TikTok is, the amount of fucking weeaboo shit and funny shit that's come out of TikTok has actually been a positive change. But that's the thing too, is like just something as simple as a new platform brings out new faces, and new curation brings out new ideas and new things. And I feel like if Vine didn't exist, if TikTok didn't exist, you know, if these different mediums didn't exist, the internet would be a lot drier, because YouTube has just turned into a fucking heaven for like media farming. Media farming's big on YouTube. As well as just weird fucking content. Like on YouTube, for some reason, people go into Izanami for like weird documentaries about dumb shit. And I'm one of them. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm one of them, because I'll watch shit on YouTube sometimes where I could care less about it, but I'm watching it. Like I watched a fucking 45-minute documentary about Rainbow Road and Mario Kart, and how Rainbow Road is like one of the hardest courses to get times on, and supercuts, ultra cuts, and I'm watching this shit going, why am I watching this shit? Why is this so good? But yeah, I guess it is what it is. At the end of the day, I think I've used YouTube since fucking early on, 2007. Rest in peace, Goku Black. I purposely made 2 AGL teams. As you can see, your boy Super AGL is about to come in here and wipe the fucking floor with a mega bitch. Actually, Sin Shenron, but whatever. But yeah, I've used YouTube for a really long time, and I feel like it's only gotten worse over time. Granted, there's been a lot new people who've made it worthwhile. I mean, fucking, you know, Video Game Donkey's probably one of my more favorite YouTube channels. And he didn't exist. John Tron's pretty good. You know, there's always content on the internet. It's just a question of where to find it. But, Yeah, I should probably stop being so negative, man. But yeah, actually got home a little bit early today, making this video. Probably try to upload a little bit early. And tomorrow, intention is to upload yet another video. A little bit more editing in that one, so look forward to the time and effort I put into that. Yo, this Super Vegito, it's fucking jerk-off material. Every time this guy counters, it's fucking beautiful. And like I said, Friday, remember the date, remember the time. No items, Super Battle Road. Remember that. And I definitely did not get influenced by The Truth DT. I always wanted to do this. Definitely. I did not see a video and say, oh, wow, that looks cool. I should try that out. Absolutely not. I'm an individual thinker. I've never looked at anyone and gotten any type of inspiration. But this is pretty much the end of it. This is pretty much the end of the road. Got your boy, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Got it this anniversary. I never had this guy before. Look at this. He's going to counter right now. Watch this. Oh, Jesus. He just ate that shit. He's just... Whoa, Lord. Lord. Yo, I was sitting there going, how the fuck... If this guy supers again, I'm fucking done. Get him out of here. Put this bum in the shower. Final shine attack. Sit back. Relax. Boom. Get the fuck out of here, stupid. So that is pretty much the end of this. I feel like this virtual battlefield wasn't too bad. I think the only things that would annoy me again is that Ice Shenron. That motherfucker supers a million times. It stuns and fucking seals you. And that dickhead Dr. Giro, because he's an android and fucking sucks up all the energy, so you have to use physical units. Although, as you saw, I didn't have too much HP. It wasn't too bad, so... All in all, I think I've gotten a lot better at Battlefield because I actually think about the teams before I go in. So you use your brain. You get like me. Look at that. 777, 777, 777 on deck. Come on, bro. You already know we on that magic number shit. But that is pretty much it. We are at the end of the crossroads. There is no more roads to cross. And again, remember, tomorrow, the focus of that is this big-headed fucking idiot right here. Shout out to your boy, Int Vegeta. But that's pretty much the end of it. I definitely would recommend you take a moment, remember Jesus Christ, and remember that every Sunday could be your last. And if you're Jewish, yeah, temple on Saturday.